Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin. Today we are, we're doing another.
Returning back to the Booker.
Returning back to the number of Bookers that we've done. This is the 2022-01 release called Ronnie's Batch. Fun parts for this guy. 1. Normally, they release 4. One every quarter. There was some weird delay this year. This actually didn't get released till June.
Well, but last year they only released 3, right?
I thought that was 2020. It could be 2021.
I think it was 2021. They only released 3. They didn't like the quality of what they were going to bottle.
Yeah, so they had an issue there.
But again, they're particular.
They're very particular in what barrels, the profile, all that kind of stuff. This one was delayed. It did not come out in Q1, and normally it comes out March to April is usually when it comes out. It came out like June. And then like 4 weeks later, 2 came out. It was really weird.
Which Adam got, right?
And Adam's got that one, so we'll be doing a little switcheroo. So this Ronnie's Batch is a nod to Ron, I don't remember his last name. He was...
Ronnie Land.
Land, okay. So he was a longtime employee at Beam and became kind of one of Booker Noe's go-to guys.
Right-hand man.
Yeah, he just knew he was, all right, what Booker's is known for is it's a little bit of barrels from this warehouse and that 5 different warehouses is what this is. You want to grab the card?
I'm going to grab the card.
The other cool part of every Booker's is the card that gives you 1, the story on the background and the naming, 2, where the barrels were selected from. So we've got 5 different.
So yeah, we got 4% came from the 3rd floor of the 7th story of warehouse 5.
Okay.
I love how detailed they get.
That's, yeah.
7% came from the 4th floor of the 9-story warehouse in D. 15% came from the 5th floor of a 7-story warehouse I. 26% came from the 5th floor of a 7-story warehouse Q, and 48% came from the 5th floor of a 7-story warehouse Z.
Z.
So you notice the theme there?
A lot of letters.
A lot of 5th floor.
Okay.
The ball.
5th of 9? A lot of 5th of 9s?
It just says 5th of 7.
Ooh, so towards the higher side. Okay.
So they found their sweet spot.
5th floor, 7th story. This is, and again, very specific. If you love to nerd out on your whiskey information, 6 years, 11 months, and 22 days. I've never, nobody gets that specific. That's very specific to almost 7 years. 124.3 proof. This is an unfiltered. That's what they do. That's how they release it. They use their standard mash bill, 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley. It's not a heavy rye, but Booker's is known for 2 notes, generally.
Peanuts and cinnamon.
Peanuts and heavy cinnamon. Everything I've read, this is a little bit of a cinnamon bomb.
I've come to enjoy this lineup.
It is enjoyable.
And as many Knob Creeks that you have that you don't like, I enjoy those too. I enjoy that peanut cinnamon.
You're getting a peanut note?
No, I haven't even.
I'm just saying, I'm nosing this, and I don't have a peanut note. I have sweet, so a caramel, cinnamon. That's kind of those are the 2 primary notes.
Get a lot of cinnamon.
And it's not killing me on the ethanol, even though 124.3.
I get a boiled peanut, which I don't like. I don't like boiled peanuts.
You get peanut?
A boiled peanut.
Dear God.
As
that
you
is
put it in
so
your mouth,
cinnamon.
when you put it in your mouth and it hits the roof and then goes down, I get a boiled peanut. Have you ever had boiled peanuts?
No.
Yeah.
I conveniently totally missed that and go straight to...
Well, you never had them. So
aggressive cinnamon.
No, I get the aggressive cinnamon.
I'm not getting your boiled peanuts, but...
But again, you've never had boiled peanuts.
Never had them?
You wouldn't know.
Don't have a comparison.
Yes. Yeah, no, some I think.
Oh dear God. Whew. If you aerate that, the cinnamon note is just like, that's aggressive. That's the cinnamon challenge right there. Wow. I am not getting the peanut note. Now, to your point, I'm not boiled peanuts. I'm just not getting any of the peanut notes, which is pretty common. But when you aerate that, that is so aggressively cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressively cinnamon. With some sweet notes. There's sweet notes in there.
It's not the heavy spice side of cinnamon. It's more the sweet.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. It's not.
And I aerated that for quite a few, and normally I'm like, well, I'm expecting like nothing. Not nothing. I didn't get what I was expecting, but it's not the spicier side of cinnamon. It's more think of cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm trying to think. It's like powdered cinnamon versus like that cinnamon stick that's like, holy crap, you do something with that cinnamon stick and it's like killing you. It's not that. It's more powdered cinnamon, which just doesn't feel as quite as aggressive. There may be a touch of a sweet note someplace in there of a brown sugar, but that is a really far back note.
I mean, I get proof. Going back to proof.
Yeah. I mean,
I get a touch of caramel, like a creamy caramel, and then cinnamon.
Oh, I accidentally blew out through my nose, and all the ethanol came into my eyes. That's a lot of ethanol when it makes your eyes water. Oh dear God. 124.
But
It is the highest? No, it is not the highest. The Coy Hill now is just silly how high those things are getting, but this is the consistently high, one of the higher bourbons that is released on a regular basis. What do you think the water's going to do to that? This is where I'm nervous that
I think it's
peanut
going
note's
to
going
ramp.
to
I
come
think it's
through.
going to ramp the proof up.
Okay. You think there's going to be some ethanol impact?
Yep.
See, I'm nervous that peanut note, that wet peanut note that you got, I'm a little nervous that that's what kind of pops through.
I get more vanilla.
Yeah, I was going to say that got really sweet. There's
more vanilla.
Vanilla
and the ethanol's still there, but
it is.
the cinnamon really mellowed out on the nose.
Yeah.
It's more vanilla.
It really slid back. There's a vanilla and I'm trying to think. It's not creme brulee, but there's a little bit of a charred vanilla. I'm gonna
I
go with
almost
that.
get when you open a bag of marshmallows, that first whiff.
Okay. All right. I get where you're going.
Situation.
Yeah, I kind of get where you're going, but I still get it's almost like a toasted vanilla note. So now I'm going to say when you first open like a French vanilla ice cream thing, and that first note of that kind of toastier vanilla note, I'm there more in a toasty vanilla note.
Well, see, now I go and you take a deeper sniff, much more in the proof.
I guess I just know not to do that with Bookers. I don't want to put my nose all the way in and just
But I
breathe
mean,
in.
even the glance, you go top to bottom. But if you dip your nose down there, the proof is
It's
more.
there.
It's more potent
Potent. Good word.
with the water.
Potent. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, I like that with the water.
Sweetened it.
Yeah. Brown
Soften-
sugars,
soften it.
caramels, with the cinnamons. Yeah, that's much nicer.
Yeah.
It's got a couple other notes than just being pretty aggressively cinnamon. Still don't get I don't get the peanut note. It didn't come up.
Not this time.
You lost it?
I lost it on the.
Yay.
It's not the boiled peanut note.
All right, little aerating with the water. The cinnamon is still really strong. But the sweet note is there
I
way
think
more
the
apparent.
cinnamon note is just consistent through all of them. That's something that's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna vary.
Vary with how intensity.
Yes, the intensity is gonna vary, but I think every bottle of Booker's that we've sampled there's always that cinnamon note. It just varies on the intensity.
Yep.
And then obviously most of them
Have a peanut
have
note.
a peanut.
The one that I think was the biggest variation was that tag-along batch because it had a little chocolate in it, which was a little funny.
Which would go along with the Girl Scout cookie, which is
Oh yeah,
peanut
totally.
butter and-
I think that correlated or could be just.
I'm sure there's a box in the room. They're like, oh,
Hell yeah, we got to do that.
I got it.
But it was supposed to be Freddie tagging along with Booker was the kind of the idea, I think.
Yeah, well, I think there's a box of tag-alongs in the room. They're like,
Could
oh, this
possibly-
makes sense. Like
Let's
peanut
do
butter,
this.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
That one had a slightly different profile. I agree. Cinnamon is a very common and strong note through the whole lineup.
Prominent.
Prominent, yes. And not in a bad way. It's just as long as you like cinnamon, then
I just think your expectations when you have a Booker's is one, the proof's going to be really high.
it's going to be high and it's going to be a little aggressive.
It's going to be aggressive. At some point, either the nose, the palate, or both, there's going to be a very pronounced cinnamon.
Yeah.
And in most batches, there's going to be a heavy peanut.
Some kind of a peanut note.
It's going to vary on the intensity. The more we've done these, the more I am becoming a fan of.
They're just
I wish they're easier to get.
that I agree with.
Again, so we were talking the other day, like there's only one liquor store that we know of, like when you walk in,
That throws them out on the
and
shelf.
there's like 6 just sitting on the shelf.
Yes.
Everywhere else, it's
I will
gotta-
tell you. All right, so I'm going to give the shout out. I'm sure they don't pay attention, but Benash in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, that's where I got this bottle. They seem to always have like a little of this, like some Bookers, a little book. Their selections, they have some really good stuff there. And every time I go there, I walk out of there with, I think I walked out with 5 bottles the last time I was in Benash. And that doesn't happen often. Usually it's, I bought a bottle. Or maybe I bought a store pick and a bottle that I was looking for. Walked out with 5 bottles. That's pretty impressive for a store in my experience. What I'm more interested in, and you brought this up earlier, is that our friend Adam bought the O2 batch. So we're going to do a little switchy, and we can taste the O2 and maybe do an AB and see if there's a material difference between the two. Overall, Booker's is always a solid buy.
in a nice package.
A beautiful box that
And I've seen a lot of guys do their smoked in
inside
here.
there. So Benash actually uses these to hold up shelves. They do like a secondary. So they have their primary display shelves with have whatever 4 or 5 like, and then on top of the primary display shelves, they have 2 Booker's boxes holding up another piece of like wood with their nicer bottles. So they are nicer bottles. They're nicer boxes. Everything's about a little bit higher quality. The price reflects that. It's a $90 bottle. But for the age, the proof, the quality.
I think like $80 to $90 for this, I'm completely content with.
Yeah.
And then you jump to Little Book, which is like what, $1.20,
$1.25 to $1.30.
$1.25. Like I'm good with that too. It's just if this jump from a high end like knob or something like that to the $1.25, yeah, then I would be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a
Understood.
nice stair step.
In between.
Again,
It's
everyone has their subtle differences. There's
Right.
some
There's
some consistent notes,
yeah.
but the intensity varies, and obviously the proof varies just a little bit.
Yeah. It's generally mid 120s to just about 130. I think 1 or 2 got cracked over 130, but in that ballpark.
Not complaining there.
Yeah. And the fact that this is almost pushing a 7-year average or lowest age is nice. Some of them have been closer to the 6-year. I think the ones closer to 7 years tend to be a little bit better. It's a solid buy.
Can't go wrong.
You as long as you're good with that as what we've described as the profile, if you're good with that, I think you pick that up all day. If you don't like cinnamon
Peanut, cinnamon, and proof.
or cinnamon or high proof, steer clear. Not for you. That's about the way.
Or knowing if you're going to, drop a cube. Let it
Let it chill out. Let it
chill
mellow.
out a bit.
Open up a little bit. Add some coolness and some
And I think
water.
it'd still be pretty good.
Probably. Well, it would hold up to a cube. There's no question about that.
The proof would definitely hold up. Well, we hope you enjoyed the review of this Booker's. Again, it's a solid lineup. If you're willing to splurge a little bit, again, the tasting notes, it's more heavy cinnamon, heavy peanut, high proof. If you're willing to dabble in those three, you can't go wrong. Give us your favorite. What's your favorite? Well, not you, them. Give us your favorite.
There's so many that are so good.
No, give us your favorite.
And it's been around for a while.
It has, and we have enough friends that have bottles that maybe we can track some more down, some old ones.
Going back is hard. It's just hard.
I got one friend in mind that may
Have something beyond the 19/20
Yep.
range. Okay.
I could put some text messages out.
Okay.
We'll see what we can get.
I would
But yeah,
love.
give us your favorite Bookers.
Yeah.
Year, obviously the quarter, and we'll see. Maybe we can track it down and do a review.
Yeah.
No guarantees. No guarantees.
Unfortunately, no.
It's popular. Once someone gets a bottle, they open it up, it's probably gone.
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
We hope you enjoyed our review. As always, if you did, we encourage you to hit the like button at the bottom of the screen.
If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We put out content similar to this, pretty much twice a week-ish. And we're always looking for suggestions for different types of whiskey to try, or, again, feedback as to which one would be your favorite. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.